There was shock in Colombia when these 7 soldiers admitted kidnapping and raping an 11-year-old indigenous girl 2 weeks ago. Protests broke out outside a number of army bases across the country demanding justice as more abuse cases came to light. The usually reticent armed forces publicly admitted that since 2016, at least 118 incidents of sexual violence against minors have been or still are being investigated. While 45 soldiers have been sacked, another 75 remain active despite the evidence against them.
The military forces and its institutions should be protecting our rights, not violating them. If those who are supposed to protect our territories are abusing and threatening us, what can we expect by the rest? Even worse when we see there's a level of silence by the institutions, trying to keep these cases invisible.
Indigenous communities have long been vulnerable to sexual violence by both legal and illegal armed forces in the country's internal conflict, and the signing of a peace deal with FARC rebels in 2016 hasn't stopped the crimes. As pressure mounted, the head of the army announced that another 31 soldiers were going to be discharged, but insisted that it had never tried to protect the soldiers implicated.
No Colombian soldier is trained within the institution to attack the human rights of boys, girls, or adolescents.
It has been a particularly bad year for Colombian armed forces as a number of scandals have affected its image, from accusations of illegal spying to the possible return of extrajudicial killings. But for many here was the sexual violence cases that were truly the last straw. A new poll shows an unprecedented fall in support from 85% to 48% in less than 6 months. Ariel Avila, who led an investigation uncovering one of the abuses, says that while military scandals are nothing new, the demands for justice show Colombian society is changing.
Since we used to have a major internal conflict, society forgave the military because there was a bigger enemy, the FARC rebels. But there is no FARC anymore, and society is not willing to forgive anymore. And these scandals likely mean this time reform of the armed forces will be inevitable.
For those affected by the violence, real reform can't come soon enough. Alessandro Rampietti, Al Jazeera, Bogotá.